Hello, budget dolls. Welcome to my channel. I am Margot, and I am with Budgets Untamed. I want to talk to you tonight a little bit about my debt. So this is my consumer debt confession. It isn't sad. It isn't anything to cry about. It's actually ridiculous. It's consumer debt that I have purchased silly things that I didn't need. Some of them I did need. I did need them. But that's where the budget plan comes in. And for years I didn't have a budget. So now I do, and now it's time to fix these problems. So I'm going to bring you in. I know exactly how much I owe and to who I owe it to. So what I want to do is just take a regular piece of paper tonight and just write in there what my plan is and how I plan to do it. Okay? So let me move some things around and get going with this, okay? Because this is something I have been needing to do. Okay, so we're gonna start with, I just wanna write in pencil first, and then we'll solidify it. So I wanna go credit card 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There are 6 of them. So we're gonna go credit card 1, credit card 2, credit card 3. Credit card 1, $735. Credit card 2, $665. Credit card 3, $1,089. Okay. Credit card 4, credit card 5, and credit card 6. Credit card 4, $20.95.24. So let's say $20.96. Credit card 5, $31.18.49. So let's say $31.19. Credit card number 6, $60.10.37. So let's say $60.11. Okay? Now, credit card number 1 is already paid off. I paid it in January. I used the savings that I had saved in 2024 and allocated it to pay these down, pay these off. Credit card number 2, $665, paid in full. Credit card number 3, $10.89, paid in full. Okay. Credit card number 1, I still have, but I cut it up. I cut the card up and I removed it from any online favorite stores that I have. Removed it. Credit card number 2, I cut it up, called the company, and closed out the account. So the account no longer exists. I cut that card up and threw it in the trash. Credit card number 3. Credit card number 3, I paid it in full and have not yet removed it off of any online stores because there's still a tug for me to use that. So I'm going to have to figure out how to get away from that tug. That's going to be a problem for me. So that's one that we are going to track together. Credit card number 4. When I finish paying this credit card off, I'm going to cut it up. I'm going to close out that account. There's no need for me to have it. Credit card number 5, I'm going to keep once I pay it off, but it's just going to be paid off. And credit card number 6, I'm going to keep that one as well. Now, since these 3 are paid off, I don't have to worry about those. What I have to worry about are these. And I'm going to have this paid off using the snowball method. Now, I chose to pay these off, not really because of the dollar amounts, but because of that emotional thing that it was doing to me. I don't know what it was doing. It was just emotionally draining me to have these 3 cards. So that's the reason those were paid off first. It had nothing to do with the dollar amounts, I'm being honest. So am I following Dave Ramsey's snowball method? Somewhat, I am. And in my mind, I'm using the snowball method. Those 3 are gone, so we don't even need to worry about them anymore. These 3 are by dollar amount and how much I owe. So these 3, I'm going to 100% be using the snowball method. And I do have a lot of ways that I'm going to pay this off. I'm going to use some of the savings games to get these paid off. I'm going to make a payment twice a month if I can, because in my research I found that if you make a payment twice a month, or the more often you make a payment in that month, the better off it is for your interest, because interest is compounded by the day. So I'm going to have my regular payment coming out on time. It's automatically drafted. Then I'm going to make a cash payment. Then I'm going to try to make 2 cash payments. If not 2, it will be 1. And that's just depending upon the time that I have, because I'm very busy in my career life. So that just depends on that. But I'm going to make it a habit to have at the least 2 payments coming out every month for these bills. When will these bills be paid off? By December of 2025. And if I have to go longer, I'm going to go longer. But the goal is to get these paid off, 100% paid off. So I would like to say that by March, this one will be paid off. And let's say by August, this one will be paid off. And hopefully by December, this 3rd one will be paid off. That's my goal. And I am to a point now where I just don't want to give my money to these people. I want my money in my savings account. And if I find something that I want to buy, I'll just take a little bit of cash out and go buy it. If it's something that I feel like I can't really afford, I'll just put it on my credit card. Well, that's part of the problem, so I'm not going to do that. Let's talk a little bit about triggers. And it's so funny that this month, January, I've learned a little bit about my triggers and my spending triggers. And I never really paid it attention before, because you just spend and you don't really pay it any attention. But when I would go out, if I'm off work and I make plans to run my errands or do whatever it is I need to do, I always treated myself by bringing something home, and I didn't have to cook that day, so I'll just get something to eat and I'll bring it home, whether it's my favorite restaurant, my favorite sit-down restaurant, or just fast food. I would always do it with, I wouldn't pay any attention to it at all. But so now every time I'm even thinking to myself, okay, you need to go to do this, you need to go out and do that, you got to pay the bill, you got to do this or that, I start to think, oh, what can I eat today? What am I going to treat myself with today? So that's a trigger. Also, if I have cash in my hand, it's also somewhat of a trigger. If I have large amounts of cash, which I did when I did my savings and I was getting ready to go to the bank, and it was like, oh, it's right next to your favorite place to eat, so just go get yourself something to eat. And I did not. So the temptation is there, but I haven't done it. So this month, I'm so proud of myself for the not eating out. It's hard, but I'm proud of myself. I have not had McDonald's since July of 24. That was a weight loss goal of mine. And now, it's so funny how we're in January and it's still gnawing at me to go there. They're everywhere. They're on every corner. You can't go down the street without seeing one. But somehow I've just been able to stay away from it. I haven't stayed away from all fast food, but it has completely limited. I have completely limited how much I eat out. Part of it is because of the diet, and I'm doing keto right now. But that you do keto and you don't do keto. I mean, when I wanted to eat out, I would eat out regardless. But I have been staying very true to myself, so I'm very proud of that. So, and then another trigger is I'll just sit and I'm scrolling and it's like, okay, well, what do you feel like buying? Or what do you want? What do you need? Look around and see what you need. You need some of this and you need some of that. So that scrolling is another trigger. So it's going out of the house and then it's scrolling. And another thing with the scrolling is I want to sit and scroll. I want to eat when I'm scrolling. So I was always buying junk food to just keep my mind going while I was scrolling. But I try not to do that anymore. I'm trying to get very, very conscious of my eating, of my spending, and that is helping me with my triggers. Okay? So this scrolling is a reason for this bill here, and I know that. So I'm really trying not to do that anymore. My son has completely cut out drinking alcohol this year and being on social media. So I'm really staying close to him to see how he's doing with that. There's things that I've gotten rid of. I got rid of IG in the middle of last year. It just wasn't doing anything for me. I got rid of Facebook 2023. It wasn't doing anything for me. TikTok was never appealing to me, so I don't have problems with those. So the social media that I use regularly is YouTube. And am I on it a lot? Yes. But I am disciplined, and when I have things to do, I can just go do it. I mean, if I have work to do if I bring work home, I'm sorry, I can't get it out. When I bring work home, I can sit and concentrate on it, and I'll get to YouTube later. But so YouTube is really the only social media outlet that I use. So I don't know how triggering that is when it comes to spending, because the ads don't affect me. It doesn't make me buy anything. So my triggers are going outside of the home, scrolling, and always wanting to eat when I'm doing either one of these things. So I have to pay attention to that. So this year, I want you guys to follow me on my journey of paying down this debt with the snowball method. Let me take a minute to add that up. I don't have any medical bills outstanding. My car is paid off. I paid off a credit card last year as well. So the total that I owe, wait a minute. I don't know what I just did. Let me try it again. Is $11,226. Now I am about to pay a lump sum payment on this, so that number will go down. And why I'm not paying it there is because I don't want that number to be 6,000. So that number's going down. This is all emotional, okay? I don't know how Dave Ramsey would feel about that, but that's exactly what I'm going to do. And that's exactly the reason. That emotional stuff has to get off of our head. So that is going to be it for today. I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey, and I'm going to make it as exciting for myself as possible, and hopefully you guys will be able to follow along with me. Thank you so much for joining me today. Bye-bye.